Hello, let's do another example of division, but in this you see it's written differently. Use long division to divide 2x squared plus 3x minus 14 divided by x minus 2. So we understand that here the divisor is x minus 2 and the dividend is 2x squared plus 3x minus 14. The numerator becomes the dividend and the denominator becomes the divisor. Now we have to divide this. Both of them are in the standard format. So that means that the starting from the highest power of x, they are in the descending order of x's powers. And none of the terms are missing. So I have to figure out what should I multiply x with to get the first term here, 2x squared. I think if I multiply x with 2x, I would be getting 2x squared. But we have to multiply the whole thing with 2x. That would give me 2x squared minus 4x. I have to subtract these polynomials now. For subtracting, the bottom polynomial signs change, right? From positive to negative, from negative to positive. These two cancels when we add. 3x plus 4x becomes 7x and negative 14 comes down, will be written as. Now we need to figure out what should I multiply x with to get 7x. That would be 7. So positive 7. I would have 7x minus 14. Subtraction, changing the sign in the bottom polynomial. This cancels, so the remainder is 0. That means for the solution of this problem, the answer would be just the quotient. What is the quotient? The quotient is coming to be 2x plus 7, right? So 2x squared plus 3x minus 14 divided by x minus 2 is just 2x plus 7. Remainder is 0. That means that this x minus 2 completely divides into this given polynomial. So we learned the long division. Next we have the synthetic division. Synthetic division is a different procedure to divide the polynomials, but it only works if the divisor is a degree 1 polynomial with coefficient of x to be 1. So remember, synthetic division only works if divisor looks like x minus something, say c, right? That means the coefficient of x should be 1 and the maximum power of the divisor polynomial should be 1. That means the degree of the divisor polynomial should be 1. So let's see what we have to do. We have to divide negative 10x squared plus 2x cubed minus 5. We have to divide this by x minus 4. We are going to use the synthetic division in this. The first step again is to write this into the standard format. That means starting from the highest power of the x, highest power term. So that is 2x cubed minus 10x squared. The x term is missing, so I'm going to write 0 times x minus 5. Okay. This has to be divided by x minus 4. Now in synthetic division, what you write? You write all the coefficient of the dividend, just the coefficient. So 2 in that specific order, negative 10, 0, negative 5. You draw a line here and a line here. And you write this c. If this is in the format of x minus c, then this number 4 is written here. Okay, so let's see how the synthetic division works. This 2 comes down as is. You multiply 4 by 2, that is 8, which comes here. So we have 4 times 2 is 8. Now we add these next two numbers. Negative 10 plus 8 is negative 2. Now we multiply 4 by negative 2. We get negative 8. 0 plus negative 8 is negative 8. 4 times negative 8 is negative 32. Negative 5 plus negative 32 is negative 37. Now, this is how here the synthetic division works. You look, the coefficient, the degree of the dividend was 3. When you divide it by polynomial of degree 1, the new answer's degree would be 2. So this portion here gives you the quotient. What does this give you? Quotient. And this portion here gives you the remainder. Okay. How do you write the quotient? Again, the quotient is a polynomial. It will be of polynomial of degree 1 less than the given dividend, that is 3. So now the quotient will be a polynomial of degree 2. It would be, these are just the coefficient of the quotient polynomial. So 2x square minus 2x minus 8 is your quotient. And the remainder is negative 37. Let's see it in one more time. So we write this given polynomial in the standard format and write the coefficients. You see, when we write this polynomial in the standard format, it would look like 2x cubed minus 10x squared plus 0x, because that term was missing, minus 5. You write all its coefficients, 2, negative 10, 0, negative 5, and 4 is written on the side here. 2 comes down as is. Okay. Multiply 4 times 2 and write it here, 8. Okay. Then add the numbers in this column, you get negative 2. Multiply 4 times negative 2 comes here. Add these numbers, we have negative 8. Multiply 4 times negative 8, negative 32 here. So this portion gives you the quotient. These are just the quotient's coefficients. Quotient would be 1 degree less than the dividend, which was a cubic polynomial. That means the quotient would be of degree 2. So this is the coefficient of 2x squared. This is coefficient of x. This is the constant term. So the quotient is 2x squared minus 2x minus 8. And this part is your remainder. Okay. So you remember how if it is written like 2x cubed minus 10x squared minus 5 divided by x minus 4, that can also be written as, this is quotient plus the remainder divided by the divisor. Okay. So the polynomial divided by the divisor can be written as quotient plus remainder divided by the divisor. This is the synthetic division math. Let's do one more example of synthetic division. We have to divide this polynomial by x plus 2. The first thing is to write it in the standard format. That means we have to write by the highest power. So x4 in the descending order of powers, 4x cubed. X squared term is missing, so 0x squared minus 2x plus 18. So this is the polynomial which has to be divided by x plus 2. I have to write this into x minus c format. So I'm going to write x minus minus 2. So what is c? C is negative 2. So how do we write? We just write the coefficients of all these polynomials, 1, 4, 0, negative 2, 18. And on the left hand side, we are going to write c, which is negative 2, which is coming from here. The first step, 1 comes down as is. We multiply negative 2 with 1, it becomes negative 2. Add the entries in the column, 4 minus 2 is 2. Negative 2 times 2 is negative 4. 0 plus negative 4 is negative 4. Negative 2 times negative 4 is 8. Adding these two, we get 6. Negative 2 times 6 is negative 12. Adding these two, we will get 6. So, this portion here gives you the quotient and 6 is the remainder. This is remainder. Okay. What is the quotient? The quotient is a polynomial with 1 degree less than the dividend. What is the degree of the dividend? 4. That means here it will be the coefficient of x cube, x square, x and constant. That means quotient would be x cube plus 2x square minus 4x plus c, and remainder is 6. Next we have remainder theorem. What does remainder theorem says? If a polynomial f of x is divided by x minus c, then the remainder is f of c. Okay, so another way to write it, if f of x is divided by x minus c and we get a remainder, then remainder should be same as f of c. Remember, it's very important property. Okay, so the remainder theorem tells us the value of f of c is the same as the remainder we get by dividing f of x by x minus c. So using that theorem in this example, so we have given in example 6, f of x is this function, x raised to the power 4 plus 6x cubed minus 12x squared minus 30x plus 35. We need to find f of 2. So for finding f of 2, I'm going to divide f of x by x minus 2 because c is 2 in this case. If I divide, then remainder will be same as f of 2. Let's find it. How do you divide? You write the coefficients of the polynomial f of x. The coefficients are these. They are in the standard format already, so I don't have to do anything. C is 2. 1 comes down. 2 times 1 is 2. 6 plus 2 is 8. 2 times 8 is 16. Adding, we will get 4. 2 times 4 is 8. Adding, we get negative 22. 2 times negative 22 is negative 44. Adding, we get 9. Negative 9. So this is your remainder, and your remainder becomes your value of f of 2, which is negative 9. So without even evaluating f of 2, we can say that f of 2 is equal to negative 9. Let's see part B here. That says to find f of negative 7, meaning c is negative 7. So we have to divide f of x by x minus 7. Let's write the coefficients of f of x again. 1, 6, negative 12, negative 30, 35. We have to write c over here, which is negative 7. 1 comes down. Negative 7 times 1 is negative 7. Adding the column entries is negative 1. Negative 7 times negative 1 is 7. Adding the column entries is negative 5. Negative 7 times negative 5 is 35. Adding the column entries, we get 5. Negative 7 times 5 is negative 35. The answer is 0. Now this last entry is your remainder, and we have to find what f of negative 7, which is remainder, which is equal to 0. So without finding actually f of negative 7, we can say that f of negative 7 is 0.